might hear our dog growling.
I don't know if she picked up on the mic, but
She did.
She definitely gave a little low growl there.
Yeah. I don't know why she didn't. She gave a little low growl. Incredibly weird.
She gave one.
Mila.
Have you noticed our theme song's really good for booty shaking?
I always thought it was kind of good if you were like at a church that gets down. You know what I mean? Like those churches that like still curse inside the building even though they're not supposed to.
Like, I'm sitting down and I still was like, ooh, gotta keep moving.
You're like, yeah, I'd listen to this and say fucking church. Anyway, we're a pilot podcast.
Yes.
I think I waited just enough time. I don't think I said the F-bomb in the first 30 seconds, so I think we're good.
We have time.
I'm Franny.
I'm Cody.
You said and Franny. You're like, and Franny.
I'm Franny.
Yeah, and I'm Logan. How you doing? How's it going? How's everybody feeling tonight? What about that airline food? Anyway, did you say oof? Listen, buddy.
I was talking about airline food.
Oh yeah, I thought you were like oof on that like set list. I'm like, dude, that's my type 5. You can't make fun of that shit.
I was like, no.
Actually, what's funny is my type 5 does contain an airline story as of late because we were on the. You know what? I shouldn't say it. I'll tell you after the pod. I have a great flight story. Just all together, like from departure to return. I have the most insane flight story.
But it makes so much sense as a pilot podcast. You should tell a flight story.
I know, but like, what if I use this in my type 5 and people are like, "Oh, I know him from a nationally renowned, famous television podcast, a pilot podcast," and he's reusing his material.
Wow, you're canceled.
Yeah, flight's canceled. Anyway,
I wish.
No, so the objective over here on this podcast is that we're a group of friends and we review television show pilots, as well as sometimes we'll get into spoilers about the show, but that'll be correctly like annotated in the timestamps in the description. So if you want to come here to listen to a spoiler-free review of a show before you dive into it, just based totally on the pilot, you should listen to this podcast.
Yeah.
Bada bing, bada
or
boom.
You should listen to it anyway.
Yeah, or you should listen to it anyway. I'm just speaking like if you're afraid of spoilers, we're gonna protect you. We're gonna take care of you. We're not gonna let anybody hurt you.
Yeah, check the annotate, baby.
Yeah, and like also like if it's a really good show, don't go on Facebook for a couple of weeks. You know, if it's current, that's what I've learned. That's what I've learned. But anyway, yeah. Which I'll talk to you about something off the pod. I just remembered something really funny. But anyway, we need to get into the show. So first off, do you want to start with Reaper or do you want to start with Yu Hakusho?
Let's start with
Reaper.
Oh. We had drastically different opinions there. We can start with Reaper.
You. No. You.
All right, Logan, your vote. You're the tiebreaker, baby. And dead air.
You guys got to pick.
Okay, let's start with Reaper.
No, I'm gonna read the Wikipedia for Yu Hakusho.
Okay,
anyway.
fucking do it. All right.
Guess what?
Cody, start us off with
Ready?
the Wikipedia, and it'll be a surprise.
Is a Japanese manga series written and illustrated by Yoshiro Togashi. The series tells the story of Yusuke, a teenage delinquent who's struck when killed by a car, and he's attempting to save a child's life. He is like given this deal.
Ooh, you know what? Actually, you know,
Grim Reaper.
You know what? I feel like the description of the show actually isn't in the pilot, so maybe we shouldn't dig too deep. Because the pilot.
I wasn't gonna say what the actual deal was.
Okay, good. Okay, you already know. You're already censoring yourself. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, I got this, boo. But yeah, the anime is based on a manga. The manga ran for 4 years. The anime also ran in the 90s, 1992, 1994, had 112 episodes, and there's been a couple spinoffs and a couple movies. So, yeah.
So I used to watch this show as a kid. We'd come home from school, me and the boys, and we'd get our Go-Gurt and turn on Toonami and watch Yu Hakusho on Friday nights. And it was... I mean, it's iconic. Like, the show is so amazing. I won't get into, like, some of the iconicism because I feel like the pilot actually doesn't really give you a lot of what the show's really about. It's very much like introductory to just the character, which is really cool. You never see pilots that like this is the kind of pilot I always want, where it's not trying to sell you the show, it's just trying to tell you the story.
Yeah.
You don't know shit about the show from the pilot whatsoever. And it's also like, I don't know, it either debuted in the 80s or 90s, whichever. It is so painfully its time period, and I love that about it. Like, I love the old fucking like big ass clothes and shit, and like the it's all great. I also think that this anime was kind of crucial to really like Americanizing anime and like bringing it overseas and stuff. I feel like this is one of the first ones that really popped to the youth of America and to like people who were like looking for foreign content. This is one that's easily accessible to people, in my opinion.
I honestly want to say, like, Yu Yu Hakusho, Sailor Moon, and Speed Racer were like the big three that really brought American audiences into an acceptance of like Japanese art style.
It's tough. It's like the same time syndrome. A lot of people would argue that it's not so much Yu Yu Hakusho, it's more Dragon Ball Z. And I'm a huge
I can see that.
I'm a huge DBZ fan. I think it's both, but it definitely is like as far like I think DBZ. Maybe this is gonna be controversial, but I think DBZ poured more of like the young to teenage boy crowd, whereas Yu Yu Hakusho, I really everybody I've ever met, it takes all kinds of fans. Like there's females who are obsessed with Yu Yu Hakusho and Bolton and stuff like that.
That's kind of how like us talking about Yu came about.
Yeah.
So one of my coworkers was wearing this shirt, and I was like, oh, like, and I like kind of like passively looked at it.
Oh yeah.
She's wearing a Yu Yu Hakusho shirt apparently, and I kind of like passively looked at it, and I was like, oh, I like your shirt, because I like saw the orange and like the fucking anime stuff, and I assumed it was DBZ, and she was like, do you even know what this is? Because she knows I don't watch anime.
Yeah.
And I was like, Dragon Ball Z, and she instantly like tagged Logan in something on Facebook telling on me.
I mean, I don't know if there's like a huge split between the fandoms, but as far as like who they give like general respect of like Americanizing it, there is kind of a discussion that people have about it. Like, definitely Yu Yu Hakusho was more diverse in its fan base upon release. You know what I mean? Like,
I can see that argument.
Definitely Weibo girls would watch Yu Yu Hakusho and Yusuke and, you know, ship him with Kuwabara and shit. And like, you know, like
I'm sure there's so much fan fiction.
There was more there in the sense of like DBZ is just incredible like action, in my opinion, as far as like an anime goes. And like, I think Yu Yu Hakusho in a way is just like more poppy. It's like Teen Wolf for anime. It's like way more digestible.
I really like Botan.
Yeah, people love Botan. They're always like copping her style all the time.
Yes.
Which we should get into the plot of the like you already kind of explained the Wikipedia, but basically the idea is there's this kid Yusuke, he's a total douche most of the time, but you know, there is a sense of like innocence to him, and he has like a bad upbringing with his mother, so when the opportunity comes where he has the chance to save a kid's life, he takes that opportunity and he dies. I love that for the arc of the character as well, where, you know, like in the episode, like Botan, who's basically the Grim Reaper, like a real sexy drink her bathwater Grim Reaper, and
she's funny as fuck. She's got like blue hair and
and she's legit so funny.
Rides like a broom thing, but not a broom. And like, what is it? Is it a shovel?
It's like a way paddle for like a boat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it definitely.
I mean, all I know is that when I die, I definitely want to be brought back as like a beautiful kimono wearing broom riding vixen. Like, that would be my dream.
And like she's voiced by the American dub, which we watch dub over here most of the time. Sorry, I do watch sub, but like to watch sub with Franny is just a nightmare. So I do the dubs.
Yes.
So people out there who are upset by that know that I know that sub's better, but I just can't do that in my household.
But I watch enough subbed stuff for Crosscut Cinema.
Yeah. But the person who does the dub is also the voice of Chi-Chi in Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, really?
So I definitely have like the sexy mama complex thing going on when I listen to Botan too. So
oh my god,
love that she's in charge. Love that she's in charge of like the whole non-living world in a sense. Like, that's super hot. Love her. I'm
So I'm guessing little Logan was crushing hard on
little
Botan.
Logan would have probably shit his pants if he ever met a girl who like cosplayed as like Botan.
Oh,
Shit his pants or something else.
Well, no, because I'm assuming this is little Logan, and little Logan's not exactly painting with white yet. So he more paint his pants brown as a result.
Oh God. Cody, did you watch this as a kid?
I did not. I did not grow up with cable, so I missed out on a lot of the early 90s, late 90s anime movement, and I only like caught up on it when I was like in 6th and 7th grade. I think my only real experience with anime at the time was we would buy Sailor Moon VHSs at Toys R Us.
That's so cute. I've never watched that either.
You're so close to what I was going to say. So I've been talking to my friend Kat about doing this podcast, right? About how I'm going to do Yu Hakusho soon. And she said the way she found Yu Hakusho was she the same way she found Sailor Moon, where it was VHS tapes at the library, because she didn't have cable either.
Yep.
So not only that, but like she also like was super obsessed with like both of them per se. And when she found out that like kids in the 90s were like 20 episodes behind her, she would like totally like showed off to them, like told them off, like, oh, you don't know what happens yet? I do, because I got the VHS, so
that's
I'm
funny.
ahead of you. And guess what? Your favorite character dies, lol. Like, that's what she was doing. And I was doing the same thing with Dragon Ball Z, because I'd buy all the VHSs. And
wow, so they used to release the VHSs before the show aired?
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Because it would air in different networks depending on where you were on the planet, but it would release in English everywhere at the same time. So what's fun about anime, especially because of ocean dubs, a lot of anime actually went to Canada before it came to us. And so the kids in Canada were watching it pretty much in sequence of them coming out on VHS, so they had to release them, early so they could sell them. So since they had to release early for Canada, in the US, we were always like a season behind on like every anime on TV.
Which is so funny, because a lot of the actual voice actors in the studios that make and dub these animes were out of Texas.
I know. Yeah.
And I think it's so funny
Funimation,
that
yep.
it's like Canada first.
Yeah, it's so funny. Well, because Ocean Dubs was in charge of, like, Ocean Dubs before Funimation even got DBZ. Ocean Dubs was doing a DBZ, which had different voice actors and everything. So they were really stuck in Canada. They were like, we own this fucking department of the world as far as animation goes in anime. So they played to their market. They would release stuff early if they didn't get made. They were making Dragon Ball Z stuff because nobody else was making it. So they made the DBZ shit faster. They made Yu Yu Hakusho faster. It's
Something
crazy.
that's cool about watching this now is you go in and you can hear a lot of your favorite voice actors from animes that are even still in active syndication and being created.
Yeah.
That tells you the kind of like clicks that go on.
Yeah. I mean, okay, we're pausing.
We're back.
Yeah, I don't even know where we were for a second. We just kind of like fell off the reservation.
Talking about voice actors, but
yeah, like the voice actor group is like, you got like Christopher Sabat voicing Kuwabara. That's the dude who also voices like Piccolo and Vegeta. Like, it's all the standard anime people.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I feel like in order for us to talk about this more, we're gonna have to like at least teeter near spoilers, just because it's like literally what the show about is like a spoiler. So let's do our ratings first, and then we're just going to dive in after that.
Okay, ratings based on the first episode.
Based on the first episode.
So I would give this... I really liked the first episode, surprising. And, like, I didn't really watch anime as a kid. I really didn't watch any anime until Logan showed me anime. As far as anime goes, I would definitely put this up there on my list. I would give it, like, an 8 out of 10 on the first episode. Same, you said?
I said nice. Sorry.
Oh, I thought you said same. I was like, all right. Anyway, what would you rate it, Cody? Same.
Nice.
About an 8. I really liked it. I think I really enjoyed what Logan was talking about earlier, that you don't really get into the actual deep dive of the plot line until like 2 or 3 episodes in. And I kind of like that because it kind of gives you time to build a relationship with the main character because he is a rather unlikable personality. And so
Yeah. But
you kind of get to bond with him a little bit before you meet other characters who you really like.
Yeah, that's definitely
I
like
enjoyed it.
It's a whole character development episode. It really does feel like it feels like an episode 0 more than anything. That's the only issue. Is it doesn't really function like a pilot does. Maybe even too much in the other direction where I'm like, okay, but we got nothing about what's gonna happen. But it's still like a great show but the pilot alone, I'd say it's like a 7 out of 10. But the rest of the show, I'm gonna rate very much higher, and we can get into why now. So, from this point on, we're gonna spoil shit. Spoiler. Okay, he's a fucking spirit detective, bitch. I love that for him. I love the fact that like even though like okay, so him. Well, actually, let me ask you this. How much more do you know of it? Do you like know nothing else like other than the pilot?
So I've seen bits and pieces. I have not seen the full thing because I've never seen it in syndication. So I've seen like the odd VHS episode, like we were talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm. So let me just describe it how it is until it gets to the point where he's a spirit detective, because that's what the whole show's about. But like originally, basically he goes up to heaven where he's gonna like get told like his mission, and his thing is basically he has this egg on him, like it looks like a chicken egg.
Oh my god, I forgot about
It's
the egg.
gold, right?
Yeah, it's a gold egg.
I forgot about the egg. We've watched a lot of this.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, I've been.
You don't. You said till episode 2 or 3, Cody. I think episode 7 is when the show starts.
Wow.
Like
Interesting.
I'm pretty sure it's around that area after they've already like done all the crazy shit. Because let me tell you what happens up until the show starts. So he gets this egg and he's told that positive energy will have it breed a good creature and negative energy will have it breed a bad. And what happens is when the creature hatches, if it's good, it'll put him back into his body. If it's bad, it will kill him. So he needs to like be positive, right? And like that's kind of hard because as you said, he's such a fucking douche sometimes. So the whole time he's waiting for this egg to hatch, he has to keep his body still physically there, because if there's no body to return to, you can't return to your body. So he's like having people like after the funeral like keep the body, and he's like able to kind of communicate with them because his enemy / his friend, his frenemy Kuwabara, actually has a weird, distinct, strong presence with the undead. He's like able to kind of understand them and speak to them. And so he uses that bond to try to tell like his little girlfriend and his mom, like, hey, don't fucking throw away my body, please. I'm going to come back. I swear to God, I'm going to come back. Then I
remember this.
Then there's a fire. And his body's inside.
Oh my god, this was so intense.
And his little girlfriend had left the house to get stuff. And his mother had left town because she's an alcoholic. And the girlfriend's returning home. She sees the building on fire. She goes in, and she's actually trapped by the flames and is going to die. So he then like talks to like the little god, the little baby god. And he's like, hey, God, like, what can I...
Yeah, there's a baby god.
Yeah, he's a little baby with a pacifier and stuff. He's like, listen, God, I really need you to like help me save this person. He's like, there's only one way you can do it. If you throw the egg into the fire, the spirit will save her. But that means you can't get your body back. So he throws the egg in. The baby's all impressed because Yusuke picked the fucking person over himself. And then he's basically like, you know what? I'm gonna give you your body back. Also, if we had waited for the egg to hatch, it would have been a demon and ate you anyway.
That's the best fucking part. The fact that he wasn't gonna win.
That he wasn't gonna actually win it if those circumstances didn't happen.
Yeah, this show was really fucking good at like subverting expectations.
What are your thoughts on that, Cody?
I love stuff like this.
Yeah,
because
go ahead.
It gives you definitely like a false sense of hope. And I love a show with an underdog that is totally screwed, but you need to find out like how they're actually going to subvert expectation. I get off on that. I love it.
That's the entire show, is basically Yusuke's unprepared and not good enough to do what he's doing, but he somehow succeeds. That's like 90% of the episodes. But what's even better is that this show operates on Dungeons and Dragons logic. Okay? There's literally scenes where they're breaking into dungeons together and they're fighting special monsters. They have moves and incantations they can only use once per day, once per encounter, or at any time. It operates like D&D. The whole show is just a D&D campaign at one point.
I could totally see that now that you say it more. Because isn't there a guy with like rose powers or something like that?
So in Yusuke's first mission as spirit detective, 3 demons had broken like through like, so they're going through and they're like getting these magical items, each one of them. And the first one is like this total brute who's like not even that significant. Like fucking Yusuke beats his ass the first day with his spirit gun. What up? But then the other 2 is this guy who like has like these rose powers, and there's this other gentleman who's like in a black like, you know, outfit, and he has like a third eye and shit, and it's like a total like fucking crazy demon. So what happens is the guy in the pink with the roses is actually like I guess you could say a rehabbed, in a sense, demon who's like a good person now. Basically, at one point to survive, he jumped into the baby of a woman, and then that woman raised him, and he like basically sees her as his own mother. She like, you know, warmed his cold heart. But that's also really kind of crazy and fucked up, but it is what happened. So he's like he's like inside this body that's not his. That was like the person never even like lived a life. He lived his whole life basically in this body. So that's pretty fucked up, but that's anime for you. They always put fucked up concepts in there for you. And then
True.
What's that?
I said true.
Oh, I thought you said who? I was like, anime. That's who.
That's who.
And then the other the guy with the extra eyes and stuff, he fights Yusuke. They're not fucking cool. They don't like each other. Yusuke beats his ass again on accident. But the other guy who's like a good dude, basically Yusuke offers up his own life. And the magical item... Okay, I have to explain first what the dude was doing. So the nice guy with the roses and stuff, he's actually a nice dude. He is using the magical item he stole to heal this mother of his that he loves because she's dying, right? And the way you use this special mirror that has these like special powers is in the mirror, you have to like look into it and give up your life. Like you give up your whole life to have your wish granted. Yusuke finds out this demon's not a bad dude. Yusuke offers up his own life, and because the mirror was given a truly unselfish wish, nobody died. So Yusuke saved this dude's mother by making the wish for this dude because he's like it was an unselfish wish of his own. But they didn't know that when they did it either. Yusuke had no idea that was a part of the rules. He was just like willing to die because he's become that much of like a good person where he literally puts everyone before himself. But then at the point where he goes to fight like the mean dude with like the black clothing and shit, the rose guy actually shows up and helps him, so they become friends. One thing leads to another. Eventually, all 4 of them are sent on a mission together with his friend Kuwabara, who uses his...
Who's gay? They're gay together.
Franny thinks they're gay together. They might be. They might be. It's fine. Together. But Kuwabara, during like a spirit challenge thing that he did, I don't want to get into like too many spoilers because like I don't want to spoil like everything. But during a spirit challenge, he learned that he could summon like this orange spirit sword, like it's all energy. So all 4 of these dudes, they're just like a traveling party. They're literally D&D. They're like a traveling party with different powers, different personalities, going into dungeons, capturing demons, or fighting like the big evil. It's just like a really fucking awesome D&D campaign. And Botan's the cleric.
Speaking of gay,
can we
talk about the sexual chemistry between Yusuke and that guy he pinned he was gonna punch because he stole his wallet? And then Yusuke has literally like finger powers. No, he's just like a no-name dude.
Oh. I mean, there's a lot of gay.
I know what you're talking about. The guy who's like, I told the kid that, I told him that I was Yusuke's cousin. No, but the thing is he stole that wallet. Like, what an asshole. Like,
he stole that wallet. He really did.
And then nobody thinks, and like, he doesn't get in trouble, but Yusuke gets in trouble for, I don't know, wearing green, for being a Shigo.
It's also ridiculous that, I guess Logan kind of said it's just because of the English dub, but that they're middle schoolers.
Yeah, I feel like that's
Yusuke's like 14 or something.
I feel like that's because of the English dub. I can't verify that because I didn't look already.
Okay.
But a lot of times with anime, though, when it comes over to the U.S., there's this like Pokemon effect thing where they've noticed that Japanese animes always do better in the U.S. when they skew the children to be closer to the age of the people watching.
That's so weird.
So like tons of characters who might be older in the anime back home turn out to be 12, 14 years old in the Americanized version because they want the same effect that Pokemon did when it came to the US.
That just like feels like they don't have enough faith in like the anime to just
They
do
didn't.
good.
That's the thing. Think about the time. This was the first time they were bringing overseas animation really to the US in any way other than like a Miyazaki film, which is like, that's a cultural moment.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit different. I think that now I think now a TV network would put a subbed anime on television, no questions asked, because the market's shown that people love this shit. I mean, it's prime time worthy content.
It's having like, I don't know if it's at a peak, but it's definitely hitting a pinnacle for what I think the popularity of anime is. Like,
and
it's always been huge in Japan, but in America, it's always been kind of like this silent kind of underground kind of cult classic kind of thing with most people.
Mm-hmm.
They don't admit that they really like it. And now I feel like it's really having its moment in time.
I think Steven Spielberg was right when he said one of the best movies of all time is Akira, and only 10 people that need to see it will see it. You know what I mean? Like the people who need to see like all this great anime are exactly the people that don't want to see it. Like if people really gave it a chance, I really feel like animation would be just as mainstream and not as targeted for kids as it is now if people were just open-minded to seeing movies like Akira or Ghost in the Shell and stuff like that.
100%. 100%.
I mean, like, I was somebody that grew up not watching anime at all, and I wish I would have, like, seen some fucking anime as a kid. I feel like it's some of the best storytelling.
Because they can do so much weird shit that you can't do in normal in normal action. And also there is no like the emotional resonance was in anime first. Like there's no BoJack Horseman or Invincible without anime. Without being able to show that you can do like a serious storyline like Death Note or Full Metal Alchemist, Attack on Titan. Like these animes are the things that show that animation is not just like a kid's venue or a fantastical venue. It can also be like serious and gritty and things like that.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like this show is a good balance of serious and gritty and like lighthearted. Like we said, they literally have a blue-haired Grim Reaper
who's fuckable. I'm just saying, do you think about me and Frani in that cosplay? I could be Yusuke, she could be Botan.
Hot. And then Cody could be Kuwabara.
You said you don't want to picture that? Why?
You guys getting it on while you're in a kimono and
I said cosplay, not sexual interaction.
God damn, Cody.
I'm sorry. I thought you said bedroom. I just went there.
Oh, okay. I was going to say you should be Kuwabara, Cody, or
Kuwabara.
Logan's secret lover.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
I know a lot of people would probably be happy if that was true.
Yeah.
Right? There'd be fan fiction. I'm still waiting for the Cody Logan fan fiction.
Don't.
Yeah, where's it at?
I don't want that at all.
All right. Anything else you want to say about?
No, I think...
who would you slam?
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, fuck, marry, kill.
But wait, these kids are 14 in America. Maybe also in
my
Japan.
only note is Yusuke's drunk mom is a MILF, and that's all I'm going to say on this topic.
Her sloppiness is kind of hot in a way, where it's just like
it's super hot.
I could fuck her and she'd forget I existed, and I could walk out of her life and she'd never think about me.
Oh my god,
that's appealing sometimes.
Her neglect
really
is appealing.
As someone who's constantly neglected, loves some good neglect.
Goodness. I'd say I'm just gonna move the fuck on. My fuck, marry, kill. I'm not gonna say it for any of like the children
who aren't children.
No. I'm not gonna say the fuck part or
Or we
for any
could
of the
just accept
children.
that they're all adultoids.
Yeah, it's fine.
They're
They're
adults.
literally cartoons.
Yeah.
Anyways, I would fuck Botan.
Agreed.
I would, I would kill that little fucking girlfriend of Yusuke's, like the little fucking annoying one.
I love her. Why would you kill her?
love her.
I don't know.
too.
She's, a little
She's such a
annoying.
little badass. She's like, you can be a fucking loser. I don't care. Like, just her
And she's
attitude
Laura
towards
Bailey.
it
I
all.
love Laura
Oh,
Bailey.
you're right. Maybe I would kill his mom. She's kind of fucking.
That'd probably
annoying.
be for the best.
Yeah, I think I'll kill his mom, and then I will. Who am I gonna marry? None of them are appealing for marrying. Yeah. Maybe the principal.
The principal, he's very nice. I like him.
Yeah, he's nice. Logan?
He's doing his best to save Yusuke as a youth.
Yeah, I like him. He's got a heart of gold.
I'd probably fuck Botan.
I think we'd all fuck.
I think I'd fuck the girlfriend and then I'd marry Botan.
Yeah.
And then I guess, I mean, like, just so like shit doesn't get complicated for me, I'd probably kill Yusuke.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I can see that.
And he'd probably just come back anyway.
That'd probably give me cool shit. If I kill a spirit detective, I'd probably get shit for that.
Yeah.
I could like start like using my old spirit gun, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying, on his girlfriend. What up?
Oh shit.
I would murder that one teacher with glasses who's like,
Oh yeah,
I
he
wouldn't
gets
be surprised if he like pushed the kid or whatever.
he gets worse, bro. He like shoplifts the whole class and then tries to like frame Yusuke for it.
Yeah, I'd murder that dude.
He sucks.
Um,
I didn't even think about him. He's the worst.
I would slam the girl with the pigtails, and I'd marry Botan because I would try and spend my entire life being interesting for her. But she knows everything, so how would I ever please her?
I think our mediocrity would be what interests her. It'd be like, he thinks he's important. How cute. You know what I mean?
True.
I feel like that's how she'd like me. I'm very likable. I can make anybody like me. I'd find a way to make Botan like me.
I think you could. You got it.
Yeah, I don't know if I could get her to be romantically interested in me, but she'd be like, I don't want that guy to die. He's okay.
No.
All
Who
right.
would you say you are?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I love that you forget our two reoccurring segments.
I don't know.
I love it. I love how I just completely forget.
every time.
I love it too.
I would say I'm Botan. I'm a
That's-
bad bitch.
I don't know, man. That's strong words, but okay.
You don't think so?
I
I don't agree, but okay.
You don't agree? I think I just want to be Botan.
I think you'd be badass girlfriend.
Yeah, that's
You
what I
think
thought
so?
too. The devotion
take
level, you'd go through a fire to get my dead body, which is crazy.
Yeah, for sure. I
That's
would.
cute though.
Yeah, but now
Pretty sweet.
Franny's always gonna be looking over her shoulder for a Botan. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
I'm
damn.
kidding. I'm
God.
kidding. I'm
But
kidding.
that's only if you're a Yusuke though.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm kind of a Yusuke if I'm anybody.
Yeah, you're kind of an
People
asshole
always think I'm
sometimes.
hard edged and stuff, but I'm actually a nice guy.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say you were the principal.
Just the princess. I'm just like a very supporting.
I think you're definitely
no.
Yusuke.
Here's the thing. This has been a problem. Okay, I've been everybody's like heart boy. Like I'm who everybody comes to for support. That shit's getting tiring. I'm ready to be Yusuke about things. I'm done being
You
the
want to be the bad
principal.
boy?
I don't know about being a bad boy, but just being a I need to do this for myself kind of boy.
Do it.
Okay, I'll give it to you.
I
I think you can pull it off.
I would say Cody. I think you're like I can't remember the guy with the flowers, but I think you're that guy.
I don't know much about him, but probably.
His thing is he's just very like he's very much like the chill person of the group who's like, okay, what's going on, and like kind of like in on like the decision making, but still like is like the calm presence in the room. I feel like that's you.
Well, that's sweet.
Yeah,
I'll
like
take it.
you know what I mean. Do you see what I'm saying, Franny?
I forget who the flower guy is.
The guy with the red long hair
Oh.
in the jumpsuit.
Yeah, he's very flamboyant too, but like
But not.
subtly
But no,
flamboyant.
he's not flamboyant though. He's like got a femininity, but it's almost in the sense of like he also has a rugged masculineness too.
Yeah. He's a nice balance.
He's like a nice balance, but he's also like he is the calm presence who's like, guys, let's just think about this for 10 seconds.
And then he like does a cool little hair flip and like has roses.
Yeah, he also has a cool hair flip like you do.
Hey, attacked.
Oh my god, we should all
I don't
do
do
the
it
cosplay.
anymore. I don't have long hair.
We should just do the whole all of us should do
God, let's do it.
it. We would look great in
let us know if
jumpsuits.
you guys want to see a Pilot Pod cosplay.
Wait, what would Mila be? Our little chihuahua. She's in the studio today.
I
She's
think I
gotta
would
be
just like
included.
tape that third eye on her head.
Yeah, that'll be cute. Just a little fucking 8-pound chihuahua with a third eye.
But I think it's officially time to move on to the show that ripped off this show. So let's take a quick break, and then we'll be back with Reaper.
Whoop whoop.
Looking for more content? Check out Crosscut Cinema, where me, Franny, and my friends review movies. Or check out a pilot podcast where we review TV pilots with recording artist CL Blue. Or hey, check out me hanging out with my friends on Average Joe Interviews. Socials and links are in the bio. Thanks, guys.
Hey guys, it's CL. I have an EP out now called Temple. It's a collection of songs I wrote when I was 18, and it's available on all streaming platforms, wherever you get your music.
So baby, look into my eyes. My body's a temple.
And we're back.
Wow.
You have a timer?
No.
She doesn't. Are we back?
Yeah, we're back.
Okay. Didn't know if we had to not be back and then return back.
No.
Okay, gotcha.
I fucked up the timer early on, so we've
not
been
even
winging it.
It's
Yeah.
not even a factor.
No, we've been winging it. Yeah.
You sent me the spoiler talk section, so I thought.
Yeah,
maybe.
that was about when I fucked up the timer and never
Did you
started
guys
again.
know we're so unprofessional that when we record our podcast, we have to listen to it again later for the timestamps?
Is that not what every podcast does?
I think people just mark the timestamps as it's happening. If,
Oh,
if
that's
it's about
funny.
spoiler talk,
Yeah, that makes sense.
you know, like you I feel like you can get that in the moment. Anyway, we're talking about Reaper today. Cody, do you want to read us Reaper?
Sure. Reaper is an American comedy television series that focuses on Sam Oliver, a quote-unquote Reaper who works for the devil by retrieving souls that have escaped from hell. It has 2 seasons. It ran from 2007 to 2009 on the CW. And basically, the story is that his parents sold his soul before he was born, and at the age of 21, he is now indebted to the devil.
So, fun fact about this pilot and only this episode is directed by my favorite director, Kevin Smith. So, it does kind of feel like a little almost Clerksy at times between him and the main character and the friend character.
The wannabe Jack Black?
Sock. Cody, what did you think of the show?
I actually liked it.
Right?
And I did
Whoa!
not expect that. I really didn't expect it. I thought the characters were super endearing, even the ones who were stupid. I liked the plot line. I liked the dangerous teeter of it falling from really camp to actually kind of gritty and what the hell is happening? I just got murdered by a Zamboni.
Yeah, there's moments there's moments in this show where we'll get into a little bit of spoilers later. Go ahead. There's just moments in the show that feels so anime and aggressive. But Franny, you had something you wanted to say about that.
I really liked it.
I had something I want to say.
You told me to give this to you. Do you remember when we were talking about it when we were watching Reaper?
No. What did I say?
I don't even remember exactly what it was. You just got so excited and said you were going to say this.
Fuck. I should have.
So okay, let me try to jog your memory. The whole time we're watching Reaper, I'm like, this is a really good show, but isn't it a ripoff of Yu Hakusho a little bit? Totally.
Yeah.
Now, Franny, does that jog your memory to what it was? No?
No.
That's hilarious.
My
she
brain
literally
is
paused
brain
it and went like,
pudding.
oh my God. Do you remember doing that and all that?
Yeah, I remember thinking of something during this show, and I was so excited to say it on the pod. And here we are recording said pod, and I've got no fucking clue.
I think it had to do with
You need to start keeping a notes app
The
of just
brother?
everything.
It's fine. We'll just talk, and if it comes to you, it does, and if it comes to me, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay. I tried to let whatever thought it was to happen, but anyway, the show, like, so I love the brother character so fucking much.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
Like the fact that he's basically like going to Stanford and like doing all this shit and trying to get his parents to give a single fuck about him, but all they do is show special treatment to his older brother.
Yeah, like he got to quit college because it made him sleepy.
Because it made him sleepy.
I love that.
Also, same. Literally same.
And it was just like, oh, you mean like in your family, that's the same structure of brothers? Like it's the older brothers?
No, I quit college because it made me sleepy.
Oh my God, Cody.
It lasted like a week.
But
wow.
So I haven't finished the show, by the way. We're gonna get into a little bit of spoilers, but just like a little bit. We haven't finished the show. We've only recently watched one more episode, and I've seen like 7, just because this show was a blip. Like it was on and then it was off, and you really can't find it anywhere. We had to buy the episodes on Amazon.
Yeah, and we actually bought them because I wanted to watch it.
Yeah, we bought the whole season
Yeah.
after we watched the pilot because she liked it so much, because we're gonna watch the whole thing.
So I feel like that's a testament to the show being good.
And also, it's just one of those things where we'll get back to you when we have an update on the show. When we've finished it all, like we'll post like an update.
Maybe if I ever remember the thing that I thought of.
Yeah,
I thought I would. I thought I'd have it down, so I didn't write it.
but that's ridiculous. The fact that I remember, you guys don't understand. She literally like stood up, paused, and went, "Oh my god, I have this like great thing," and I'm just like, "Tell me it," and it was great. And I was like, "Yeah, you can totally use that when we do the pod," and she has no idea what it is. It's the best thing ever. Okay. Do you know what
We
the
love you, Fran.
yeah? I got it.
What was it? Tell me.
All right. You'll know the moment I say this. The best thing in this show is Mr. Ray Wise as the devil, who's from a certain part of the world.
Okay. Oh my god, I remember. Okay. So the devil character.
Who is the best character in the show?
Who's
He
the
steals
best
every
character
scene
in
he's
the
in. He's
show?
so fucking good.
He's so
True.
fucking good. He's like played by an Italian guy, right?
Mr. Ray Wise.
Yeah. And like it's very clear that like they're not making him being Italian like a secret. Like that's part of like the character almost in a way. Like
Yeah, like he's
got,
very
like he's got like an Italian mobster.
he's very
vibe.
a mobster. So,
Yeah.
like the devil is kind of like a mob boss. So they make him
Yeah.
super Italian. And you said something about what he was cooking being iconic.
Oh my god, yeah, he cooked Sam country fried chicken. I'm like, this is literally me. Like
this is like what it's like to go to her poppy's house, except he's not mean.
Yeah, but, like-
you walk in, he's just making you a country fried chicken.
is that not like me, Italian and kind of bitchy, but cooks some bomb ass Southern food? I mean,
was
honestly.
like, you can tell he's the devil because literally he was cooking that and washing it down with orange juice, and I was like, you'd have to imagine the acid reflux that comes with
Oh,
that.
God.
You're definitely
Yeah.
the devil if you can handle that.
Oh God.
Yeah, no, he is like, don't get me wrong, the main guy, I can't remember his name. He used to be on a show called it was like with Irish Grounded for Life. He used to be on the show called Grounded for Life, where he was like the bad boyfriend and stuff, and it's like this Irish family, and they have like this really liberal daughter who keeps making out with her boyfriend. And that was like his big claim to fame, was being the boyfriend on that show. But this show, Brett Harrison, he's the perfect like baseline man. Like he very much is like a Zachary Levi in this show, where he's like the straight man in every situation, but he's actually
That's
usually
good.
funny. He's actually usually a very funny actor, and like he does funny stuff in the show, but he does something different in the sense that he lets everybody else on the show be funny, and he just leads it. It's very good. I really wish this would have picked up for him, because I think this was a really good showing of like what he's able to do, being the straight man in a ridiculous, over the top action comedy. Like that's a hard thing to do when you're a comedic actor.
Love it.
I feel like this
I
show
will say-
balances the
sorry.
comedy well too. But what were you saying, Cody?
I was literally just about to say the same thing. I was like,
Yeah.
I really love the action comedy part of it, and that a lot of it's comedy, but when you want it to be action, it's action.
Yeah, and like it like has like barely horror elements, but like it does make you jump a little.
And you just love the concepts they do, like the things that they do to enrich their world and make it so individual. Like the fact that they work at a hardware store and they use that hardware store for all.
Feels
of
like
their,
a D&D campaign too.
Yeah, in a way. This show is like they make use of all the like different outfits that they need, like, you know, in later episodes when they need things like fire retardant or like.
No, that's the first episode, right?
Oh yeah, but like in later episodes they also wear like rubber suits to.
I just love the fire alarms that they like glued onto their fire outfits.
Like the fact that they work in a department store is a part of the story.
It feels like a White Wolf campaign, honestly.
Yeah.
It's so awesome, and then also I love I love how like there's all these dogs and like they're giving you the supernatural thing, and then you find out in the end like all of the devil's dogs are like all dogs are like the devil's hellhounds or whatever. Like I love that concept. That's so funny to me.
I just have a little hellhound on my lap.
Yeah, and also the different cantrips. Like it really was like a magical item. Like the different things he used to capture vessels. Like all like
oh my god,
it changes like every episode. And, like, I just love the fact in the first episode, he used a fucking dirt devil to catch a ghost, to catch a demon.
My favorite scene is the DMV scene.
Oh, that's the best. You're right. That is the best.
The devil is he's like, the devil explains to Sam, like, what he needs to do with, like, capturing the demons and everything. And, like, he tells him, like, he'll give him a vessel each time. And then he needs to take him to, like, a demon transport place. And he's like, okay, like, where's a portal? And the devil tells him anywhere that feels like hell on earth is actually hell on earth and is a portal. So the portal that they use is the DMV. And when they walk in, like they shot it really well too. Like it was all like gray and like they made it like look like fucked
when she
up.
flips her bangs
Yes,
up.
yes, I was gonna say that. So they walk in there with their fucking like dirt devil and like they look around and one of the ladies at the like DMV that has no line, she like looks at them, flips her bangs up and has little horns.
I love her so much. She's so funny as an actress, and she's also in a show I really love. It's called Dead Like Me, and it's also about a Grim Reaper.
That's funny.
And she is such a talented actress because she's definitely like that, like Dolores Umbridge type woman who's super like, oh, everything's pink and nice and ha. Also, I'm gonna like stab a fork through your balls later. I hope you're ready. You know,
Is she the same?
I love her so much.
Is she on Dexter? Was she like the court reporter on Dexter, like one of the file pullers, Franny?
Let me
remember from that first episode, the chick that like gave him the file and he brought donuts to?
Oh, maybe.
Is that her?
Hold on.
I don't know. But she reminds me of the lady from Monsters, Inc., like the slug.
Christine Wiles.
Yes.
Let's see.
Like, isn't she just like her? I really want her to become more a part of the show. Like, she's really funny. She's in the second episode, too.
She's so talented. So talented. Also, I
What are
will
you looking
say
for, Fran?
that
I was trying to look up that girl and see if she's in.
That thing? Yeah. I don't know. She might be. She might not. I have no idea.
No, she's not. She's not in a lot. She's in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Honey, I did shrink those kids. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, what a movie. Anyways.
Yeah, we should review all of those. They had a TV show too without
Wow.
Rick Moranis.
is it really?
Yeah, I don't think it has Rick Moranis in it. It might, but I don't think it does. I wouldn't see him doing a TV show. But that's besides the point. So with Reaper, I think it's really great how it still has that indie element to it where it feels like kind of like grungy a little bit, but it's also like these total fucking losers like trying to catch these spirits and everything. I think that all the different characters in the department store are like so interesting. Like even the manager who's like this weird like man child who like fucking loves his job. Like I'm wondering, is it gonna be like a plot twist that he's actually a demon?
Oh my God. I was just looking at the cast for Reaper and like, you know how like when you look at the cast on like Google, it'll tell you like people you haven't seen yet. Army Hammer is in this show.
Get the fuck out of here!
He plays a guy named Morgan.
Oh
Is
my
he a
god.
demon?
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, Army Hammer's in this show. Guys,
Army Hammer's in the show.
guys, that's so on brand for us.
I don't know. He plays somebody named
Wait,
Morgan.
is that spoilers? Did you just give out a spoiler?
Maybe. Well, it doesn't say what he does. It just says his name is Morgan.
Okay. We can.
Well, if
I
he's
can.
a demon, it's fitting.
I cannot believe Army Hammer was in fucking Reaper.
Wow.
That's so funny. If he was a demon
What a guy.
cannibal, I would freak out.
I guess we have to keep watching and give an update. We love Army Hammer updates here. We have to.
We're basically like only on the internet to talk about Army Hammer. Yeah, no, that's crazy. Franny, don't actually look up spoilers though. Be careful.
No, I'm not. I'm just looking at the cast.
I love the chick in it. Like usually I don't like the hot friend that like you want to like get close with, but as the show progresses, you start to see her more as an individual character who like has like temper tantrums and like isn't all that fair and like a normal chick. Like she's actually written pretty well where she's not like just this blank hot chick.
Oh, she was in Heroes. Yeah, no, it's
Randy, are we having the same podcast right now? Or?
Yeah, no, I was just looking at the cast and yeah, no, the girl you're talking about was in Heroes.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I was just looking her up because I like it just feels like an actress that might have not done acting after this show, you know what I mean? Like she's okay in this show, but like not anything special.
Really? I kind of like her.
Yeah, no, she does good in this show, but
I
like,
liked her.
She really didn't do much after.
I think the person who was the worst was like Wasaki's whatever Sock, his ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
I can't stand her. Whenever
Yeah.
she's on screen, I just want to blow my brains out.
Also, if I was the one girl, I don't remember her name. Who's his love interest that we were just literally talking about? I don't remember her name. But if a guy literally
it's
saved
Andy. Her
me
name's
from a
Andy.
falling, like Andy, that's what it is. If a guy had saved me from a falling air conditioner, you best believe I'd be slobbing that knob as a thank you. Like the fact that she plays all coy after, like, is baffling to me. I'm like,
especially
that
since he
dude
got her,
literally
and she's
just
like, "Is that
saved
because of
you."
me?" And it's like, "Don't like, what do you? If it is like, oh, you know, I'm just kidding." But like, it really was like kind of fucked up as she was like, "Anyway,
Let me heal your head by giving you anyway."
yeah."
I don't get the whole back and forth because I'm also like, it is very obvious that you two like each other. And then after he saved your effing life, you're not even going to give him the time of day. That does not compute.
That's what I'm saying. She's like temperament. As the show goes on, you see like how imperfect she is and like how inconsiderate she can be. And it's like she's just not a perfect character. Like she's just like actually kind of fucked up sometimes.
And it's interesting.
That's why
The one
I
thing
like
about
it too.
her I'm curious about is the bracelet. I want to know more about the Sanskrit, that's like strength or whatever.
I know that. Isn't that so like?
Yeah, it feels like it could be something.
When I saw it, I
and I
thought
was like,
of
you're
you.
cooking us here. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, she's some sort of like thing. Oh, that's a good point. Ooh, man. This show sounds so good. I like want to go watch it right now. You know what I mean? That's an endorsement, by the way.
And to look for Army Hammer.
But yeah. I mean, so let's go ahead and give our quick opinions on this, and then I want to talk a little bit about episode 2, just because it was so cool. I want to like mention specific things.
Yeah, so let's rate episode 1. I would give it a 9 out of 10.
Higher than Yu Hakusho she gave.
And I'm sticking with it.
Well, I'm gonna be not the same, but I am gonna rate it. I'm gonna rate it higher than Yu Yu Hakusho. I liked it a lot better. I'm gonna give it like an 8.5. I just feel like there's a lot more for me here, but I do really love Yu Yu Hakusho. So I love both. Love both.
I once vowed that if it's ever a Kevin Smith property, I rate it 10 out of 10 no matter what. So this is a 10 out of 10.
Nice.
I don't have a choice. I can't tell you what I really think about it. I'm standing tall on this.
What?
Everything ever made by Kevin Smith's 10 out of 10, no question. All right, cool. Let's
That's
talk about
okay. We all have those.
exactly. Let's talk about episode 2. Okay, so episode 2 is kind of so they give them a new vessel, dude, and like, were you expecting some sort of like other suction thing or like a gun or something?
Oh, yeah.
I was expecting it like a medieval sword or something like that.
What do you
I don't
think?
know
What
why.
do you? Let me tell you what he got. He got a fucking remote control car. How do you catch a ghost with a remote control car, you might ask? And so, like, the whole episode, he's, like, fucking up because he's trying to use this car and it's not working and it keeps breaking all the time. And he's like, I can't catch him. You need to give me a new vessel. But, actually, no, I'm skipping ahead. So, at the beginning of the episode, he's, like, ignoring the fuck out of his new vessel and, like, his new mission. Like, and he keeps, like, trying to get rid of this trunk, and they, like, take it out to the woods to try to get rid of it, and it follows him back to his house. He's, like, tripping over in the parking lot. But the part that makes it so fucking scary is then the devil finally comes, he grabs him, and he puts him on top of a building with him. And it's a lightning storm because the ghost is using lightning to kill people. And he goes, he's like, I don't want to do it, I don't want to do this anymore. And then a lightning strikes, he goes, That was Julianne Kalinske. She died because you're wasting her time. And he's like, and every second you do it, it's like every moment you wait, someone's dying and you're not stopping them. It's like it's up to you to put evil back into hell. If you don't do it, no one's gonna do it. Because he keeps trying to like get out of doing it. He's like, you are capable. Do you just want to give up forever? Give up all the time? He's like, every second you're the reason why someone's dead. It was so fucking intense. Do you remember that scene, Franny?
Yeah, no, I thought that scene was crazy too, because like a lot of the show and like just on looks too, if you just look at the art for the show, like it just seems like it's going to be a lot less serious than it actually is at times.
Well, I find him, the devil, as a character a lot more compelling than the rest of them, because he said something like, I know how this ends. I know that God wins in the end. And I find it very interesting to think about and like try and understand his motivation.
I actually have a great quote
through
I wrote
what
down.
we've watched so far.
I have a great quote. I gotta find it. I wrote it down. Oh, he said to the character in passing, the biggest conspiracy is God and the devil are actually friends.
Oh.
And I thought that was really compelling to think about. Like, you know, he's basically saying like, I'm just the secondary man. I'm the secondary boss. I do what he tells me to do. Because if you think about it, he's telling this kid like, yeah, I own your soul, but if you're good when you die, if you serve me the whole time, God will send you to heaven. So what he's saying is like, I work for God, like me and God are tight. My thing is I torture the people who deserve to be tortured and I capture the people that need to be captured. Like it's very much like the devil isn't
copacetic.
They're not this is like the one show I've seen in a long time where the devil and God aren't adversarial.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I thought that was so compelling.
I really like that his version of the devil is super like, it's about balance and putting evil in the right place, when I feel like a lot of other shows are more about like, oh, the devil's like chaos. I don't give a shit. Like,
yeah, really like this devil's not chaotic at all.
This devil does redeemable things at times, like does nice acts.
Oh yeah, and there's a moment at the end of episode 2 where basically because of all the infighting that they've had at the store, and like causing like a bunch of destruction to the store and everything because of all the ghosts and shit, their shifts get all fucked around. So like he's never on the same shift as this chick anymore. And the devil goes and he magically changes their schedule with his devil powers and puts them in the garden house every day, like all hours.
And then he was like, he had him win like the ham at the end of the first episode.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, like he's very fair.
There's some good moments.
He's like really
he's very lawful.
He's kind of a good boss. You know what I mean?
Terrifying.
If
just
he
like
was
a little terrifying.
If he was paying me, I'd be like, this is a good boss.
Yeah, like I definitely have had worse bosses.
He's kind of like our old boss.
Agreed.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, sure, he's the devil, but I kind of like him.
I can agree with that.
Yeah. Franny's dancing with Mila in her arms, so. Okay.
Aww.
But yeah, in episode 2, the way he finds out he needs to stop it, he keeps trying to do this thing with the car, and the devil's like, be more intuitive, try something new. He uses the lightning rod that's on the controller for the car to capture the demon.
It was badass.
With a lightning strike. How fucking badass is that?
I really want to watch this episode now.
You gotta. It's so good.
It's so good. And then they do the same thing.
I watched it today and I didn't have time.
They do the same thing where they like go to the DMV, right? And they go to drop off the vessel this time, and it's like They hand them the controller, and she goes, "Oh wait, this isn't the full vessel." And they're like, "Oh, sorry." And they start pulling pieces of the model car that's like all broken out of their pockets. And she's like, "I have no idea how you two haven't died yet."
Is it the same lady?
Yeah, it's the same lady. I think they're gonna go to them at the end of every episode. That's the format. It seems
Okay,
like.
good.
I know, because I love her, and it was so funny.
I really like her.
Cody, do you plan on watching this show?
I do. I think
That's
I'll give it a
awesome.
shot. I'm actually a little upset that there's only 2 seasons, so that makes me a little like, I don't want to get too attached. But
I wonder-
No, it's like
I
Kyle
really
X Y,
liked
dude.
it.
I bet it ends on such a cliffhanger.
Yeah, did it get canceled or did it come to a natural end? Do we know?
I don't know. A
I
CW
think
show
it got
about the
canceled.
devil, it probably got canceled.
Yeah, it probably got canceled.
You know their track record with that.
Yeah. So yeah, it probably is a cliffhanger.
Actually,
as fuck,
any mainstream show on cable about the devils, like, doesn't matter how good it is, they're gonna cancel it eventually. That's what happened with Lucifer. Everybody loved that show, and it got canceled on basic cable and moved to Netflix.
That's the show I've really been wanting to watch too.
It's like every single time it's about the devil, or like 666 Park Avenue was like super popular. Like, it's canceled. It's too many sixes. It's
Jesus.
ridiculous. That's what happened. But it doesn't matter. Okay, so let's. So who are we? Is the question now.
Ooh.
I think you're Antonio. I think his name is.
Oh, the other friend.
Yeah.
Not
Hold
Sock?
on. What's his name? His name is Benji. You're Benji. 1,000% Cody. You're Benji.
Okay.
He's just like, as the show goes on.
He's the one who had his like eyebrows burned off.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, but they come back. But he's like,
That
he's
is
like,
the wavering.
he's
problem
like
with
kind of like this suave, like romantic, but also like kind of awkward, like
Yeah.
very supportive. Like, I'm like, that's probably Cody. It's either that or just the chick. Because you've been known to be
I was gonna
oblivious
say-
to advances in the past from people.
I was gonna say, I feel like I'm Andy because I would totally buy someone a Sanskrit bracelet that says strength on it because I thought like it reminded me of you, you know.
That's the whitest girl shit I've ever heard in my life.
That is some Cody stuff though.
That is live, laugh, love, dude.
Cody's always the
So
friend that
true,
like
though.
has the gifts for the holidays and everything. And,
He always does have the gifts for the holidays.
yeah.
Hey, I just want people to feel loved, okay?
You're good at it.
I think I'm the younger brother. 1,000%.
Oh,
You're just like
yeah.
succeeding and nobody cares.
Nobody gives a fuck because my brother still is owned by the devil. JK, love you, Brandon. But no, I'm just kidding. But like, it is like I'll do like something very big, and everybody's like, "Oh, did you hear that? Your sister found a pencil this morning?
Yeah, it is very much like that.
Did you hear that she lost her pocketbook and then found it?
You were telling like
Can you believe that, Logan?
I remember when you were telling your sister, love you, Tiff, about like you performing at that live show that like you got from the podcast, and she's like
hundreds of
that's
people.
cool and all. Anyways, I got this new certification for my work.
Like, can you believe that? If they talked about the certification.
I think I'm the devil.
Yeah, without a
Yeah,
doubt.
that's me. It's part of my charm.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think that I think that everybody in a way is also the main character though, because he is just such like a straight man, like
Yeah.
blank slate.
Agreed.
So I think everybody can relate to that character as well. But for the most part, none of us are Sock. That's good.
Fuck, marry, kill.
Oh,
Dude, I would kill the crap out of him, speaking of F, Mary Kill.
Yeah.
Because of what he did to that dog. I'm like,
Oh,
you
I know.
chubby, melted face, grown out highlights looking ass. Like, how dare
looks
you
like
do
Guy
that to that
Fieri.
dog? I was so mad.
he looks like Guy Fieri.
Oh, me too. I literally like my jaw
Honestly,
dropped.
yeah.
I was like, Logan, what the fuck are we watching when he hit
She
that
got
dog
so
in the
mad at
car?
me. I was like, I didn't remember
almost
that.
turned it off.
Yeah, at one point, like these dogs are like attacking the car before like Sam knows.
But remember, guys,
About, like, the demon
they're
thing?
hellhounds.
Yeah, but like we don't know that yet, and
Yeah,
Sam
I guess
doesn't know
that's
that,
true.
and Sock doesn't know that, and like the dog's like jumping on the car, and it's a tiny little fucker, probably the size of the little one I got on my lap right now.
It was bigger than that.
Okay, a little bit bigger.
I'm trying to paint an
Maybe,
accurate
like, Dwight.
picture. Yeah, it was like
Maybe
Dwight
Dickie
size. It was Dwight.
Yeah.
And he hit Dwight.
Yeah, and like it's jumping all over the car, and Sock like opens his door really fast and like hits it, and you just hear the dog whimper. And I literally like my jaw dropped to the floor, and I was like, Logan!
But you also hear the dog bark, so you know it's okay.
I know, but it made me mad. Yeah, definitely kill
He could have
Sock.
had like a broken paw or like brain damage.
I don't know. I agree that you shouldn't hurt animals ever, especially since he thought it was a joke.
All right.
You know, like that was fucked up. But it was also the
So, yeah, kill
time,
him.
and then you do find out later. I mean, you are later basically explained, no, those were hellhounds. Spooky dogs.
All right. I would kill Sock. I would marry the devil. And I would probably
Fuck his brother. Fuck his brother. He deserves some sort of reward.
All right, I'll do it.
Just throw him a pity fuck.
I'll give it to him. There's
feel like he
nobody here
deserves it.
I'm like super attracted to, so I'll do
I
that.
mean, the girl's pretty hot, but
I mean, out of the guys given, I would fuck the girl.
yeah, I agree with that. I mean, well, Benji's not bad looking. You just got to be into like a very like Euro looking dude.
I'm not really that into that. Anyways, somebody else go.
I'd fuck the girlfriend,
Yeah?
1000%. But she's so crazy, I wouldn't want to like marry her.
She
or
is
anything.
nuts.
I'd probably marry the mom, right?
Ooh.
But promptly right after I kill her youngest annoying ass son.
Right after
She needs a
fuck-
break. She's felt the guilt of giving birth to a devil child this whole time, and she also has this whiny son who has no idea. Like, she needs a fucking break. So I'm gonna kill the son, and I'm gonna give her the goods.
That seems like a community service act.
Yeah, plus she's pretty hot.
Yeah, you ain't wrong.
Doing her a favor.
I feel like it's not true the reason they made the deal with the devil. I think we're gonna find out it was for something later. That's just a theory. Because he only told when he told that guy, the main guy, when he told the main guy about what really happened and the fact that he sold his soul, he was just him. He didn't bring his mother with him. And like I feel like they said for the plot relevancy of like she doesn't need to be put through this again. I just think that it's actually a different thing. I think he lied to him.
Didn't the devil like bargain with like her? Like he was like, "I'll just take your mother instead."
Yeah, because he technically
I don't
owns.
know.
He technically owns his mother's soul because, and that's why I think that like it's actually something to do with the mother. Like I wonder if it was like to
Yeah.
make her skinny or something like really fucked up. Because for the fact that he had a hold of her mother's soul as forfeit's kind of weird. You think it'd be the father's?
Agreed.
Like, isn't
I
that
would
nuts?
murder the dog brutalizer,
Shocking.
and then I would slam
Yeah.
the girlfriend, and I'd marry the main character. Because I feel like he'd never leave me. Like, what would he leave me for? There's nothing like.
He's done for like his life. Yeah, and you know what? You're always gonna be going to interesting places. You're gonna be traveling a lot.
There you go.
I'd stay at home, but I mean, he would be going cool places, and he could tell me about them later. You know.
Yeah.
He comes home. He's like, "All right, I'm allowed to be home for one day." And you're like, "Oh yeah, tell me how Belarus was like. Like, what kind of life would that be where the dude's like almost dead all the time? You're like, I wonder if he's coming home tonight. He might not ever."
Well, don't worry. I gave you strength. It's on your wrist. Okay, it's fine.
That bracelet. Thinking back now, I wish I would have wrote a note about that. That is so fucking corny. The fucking Sanskrit bracelet kills me.
Yeah.
No, I was like, yikes.
Franny also learned that urinals flush.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
She
I
thought
guess
that it was just a drain,
I
and
think
I
I
was
just
like,
forgot
I was like,
about
you know
it.
how fucking gross and nasty and yellow it'd be around the drain, like if we just let our piss just lay there and fucking slowly drain out.
I guess I just didn't think about it too hard.
I mean, I guess that makes sense. You don't use them.
Yeah.
But isn't that just like kind of kooky? Like, I wonder how many women
Kinda
we just.
kooky.
I wonder how many women we've just informed, Cody.
Probably
Urinals
some.
have
Oh.
flushers, y'all.
Sometimes they have cakes.
And also, we do not drop our pants around our ankles. Some women think that that's a thing.
We do not.
Children do that.
Also, the really effed thing about his friend also is that he was in a room with 3 urinals and he went to pee next to the dude.
Yeah, well, he was
in
trying
the
to get
corner.
him to
Like,
leave.
why did he not go to the other urinal?
He was trying to get him to leave so they could. Oh
Yeah.
no, that was before
I don't
that.
think so.
No, he was already peeing before they were trying to get him to leave.
Yeah.
No, he
was
scooted
literally
over.
Like, I'm
He
going
scooted
to pee
over.
next to this
He
dude.
scooted
Oh,
over.
he
He
scooted
wasn't the
over.
far one. He
Yeah, I
scooted
don't remember
over.
him scooting over.
You're right.
Okay.
He scooted over and
Okay, I
then he went,
misremembered it then.
quit looking at my dick, or whatever it was. Which was like, I was like, oh, Kevin totally put that part in. I know it. I know it for a fact. Kevin wrote that line. They probably didn't write a lot of lines. He wrote that line.
I like that
Good.
line.
I like it.
And this show's good. I'm
Yeah.
glad you're gonna watch it, Cody. I wasn't sure how you'd feel about it.
Season 1's like $13 or something.
Nice. Yeah, we watched
Oh,
it
it's
on
on
Amazon
the
Prime.
ABC app for free.
Oh, yeah. ABC app for free.
Nice. That's good to know.
That wouldn't work on our television, so don't worry.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely recommend everybody
I
to watch
struggled
this.
with it. ABC fix your shit.
They're trying to make sure that if you're watching it, you're only on mobile, and that's why we don't watch things on mobile. We watch it on my big ass TV.
I
baby.
watch things on mobile.
Yeah, but when we watch stuff
I
together,
watched
Yeah.
it on my TV.
when we watch stuff together, I mean, we're not gonna sit in a room and then I crowd around your phone.
No, I watch my own shows on the phone, like Gilmore Girls and Vampire Diaries. For
Franny's
the
her own
10th
lady.
time.
You hear that? She watches her own shows on her own phone.
Yeah,
She doesn't need any man.
yeah. All right.
No one does.
Anything else you want to say about this?
No,
Final
I-
thoughts?
Go watch it.
I think you should just watch it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
It might
agree.
not be good after a while. It might have got canceled for a reason. I only know the little bit I've seen.
I'm excited to see where it goes. We will definitely keep you guys updated on the Army Hammer spotting.
Definitely.
Goodness.
All right. If you want more content from Logan and I, we have another podcast called Crosscut Cinema where we review 2 movies and we review it in full spoiler reviews with 2 other friends. Logan also has individual projects going on right now.
You can check it out at youtube.com/Logan Tyler. Sorry I took your domain, Logan Tyler Music. I'm sorry I beat you to it. You
Fuck
seem like a
'em.
nice guy.
Fuck 'em.
I loved your cover of Glad You Came. It was adorable.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm glad you came. I'm always glad anyone comes. Anyway.
Speaking of covers.
Oh, and yeah.
Hi, I'm Cody or CL Blue. I have an album called Temple. It's out now. It's on all streaming platforms. And thanks you guys so much for listening. Subscribe, like this video, leave a comment telling us what we should review next.
I've been seeing the views on those videos going up, guys. Nice job.
Yes, thank
So
you.
cute.
Let us know if you guys have suggestions too.
Yeah. Anybody who's sent us an email already, we're working on it, and those who haven't
Yeah.
should, because we wanna do what you guys want to see.
And then we don't really have a super set timeline of when stuff is coming out, but do we want to I can cut this out if we don't, but do we want to kind of tell the
We can
people
say it.
what's coming up?
We're gonna review soon Invincible, and I believe we're doing it with Wilds,
Yes.
and then also
For the while, I don't know.
You know, that Glee Pokemon video is really great. We have a surprise coming in the future for those who are into that
shit.
content. We think we have a new video that's different that you'll be as equally or maybe a little less, probably a little less into.
Recreate the magic.
Yeah, we're trying, we've realized now that the only good thing we did was Glee Pokemon, so we're just gonna do it again without asking. We're doing it again. It's happening again. We're going again.
All right, guys. We love you. Thanks for listening.
Later, Gators.
Bye.
Twitter.com/apilotpodcast. Instagram.com/apilotpodcast. And follow us on all social medias.